Hello violinists, welcome to the Pro Am Strings Violin School. I'm Henriette and this is lesson 32, and today we are learning to play the scale of D major. I will tell you first what a scale is. A scale is when you start on a given note, a D in this case, and you finish on a given note, on that same note, D, and then you play all the notes in between the low D and the high D. And then you go all the way back. Now in our case we'll have a little variation and we go just slightly higher to an E before we go down the scale again. So we're playing every single finger that we've learned so far, and you can find the notes, although we will be playing them slightly differently, you can find the notes in exercise 52 if you have a red book and 73 if you play in an older version of the book. But I'll talk you through because we are playing a slightly different variation from either version in either book. Okay, so we are going to play every note of the scale twice with long bows, and we're going to hold the notes for 4 counts, and we're really going to work on finding the pattern of this scale, sorting out our left hand fingers, improving the left hand fingers as well, and practicing our straight bows. Let's get started and begin on a 4 count D, and we're playing all the fingers one after another, every note twice with long bows. I'll show you how it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. String now. There we go, that's how it goes. So you can clearly see that we're playing slowly. You've heard me say this before, haven't you? Play slowly, it allows you time to think and perfect things, and that is what we're after. Because first of all, we're going to perfect our bowing today. Violin playing starts and ends with bowing technique, as you will have gauged by now. So we're going to see if we can make the bows ultra long and ultra straight today. So you want to stretch that bow arm forwards so that when you get to the point of your bow, your arm finishes straight in front of you. If you find yourself playing like this, your elbow goes too far back and your hand ends up near the side of your body. We don't want that. Instead, every bow stroke should go and reach forward, and you've heard me say this a few times before, and I hope you remember that is the way violin bowing goes. So nowhere near here, you stay in front. Now when we play a scale, your finger pattern is almost automatic, I hope, by now. So we play D, 1, 2, 3, then we go to the A string and we'll play A, 1, 2, 3, 4 before we go right the way down to where we started. So let's focus on your stance today when we practice this exercise. So let's step one foot forward in front of the other one, and let's really practice that scale again, moving the bow arm forward, so playing with straight bows. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was really good practice. Well done. I'm in awe of you sticking with me with that, because you are consolidating the techniques today, and that is really superb. After this lesson, things are going to get a little bit different, so we want to make sure that we absolutely own the techniques that we've learned so far. So another technique that I want to review on this scale is our string crossings. You know, you play your scale like this, D, 1, 2, 3. And then you go to the A string, so your elbow level goes down again while you play on the A string. Then as we play further along the scale and you go back to the D string, raise that right elbow again. Okay, so let's practice the elbow levels on this go. I'll count us in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here comes your string crossing. Drop your elbow. There. practiced your straight bowing and your string crossings. Let's now move our focus to the left hand. And what I'd like you to practice this time is that your thumb is really nice and loose, sitting there and not squeezing while you press your fingers down. Now your fingers only need to press down lightly on the strings. Any pressure that you add more is just a waste of energy, because your notes are not going to sound any brighter or better in tune if you squeeze harder with your left hand. So on this next playing, let's focus on pressing your fingers down, but only just enough so they stop the string, and no harder than that. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Was good. Now we've got one more playing left, and this time I would like you to focus on leaving your fingers down. So be careful that you don't lift your finger off when you finish playing it, but you add a finger to what's already on the string. Of course, when you go onto the A string, you need to lift all your fingers off, but you might want to hover them above their places like that. So this is our final playing of a D major scale. So let's put everything together, leaving your fingers down. That's your main focus. That is our job to do, to concentrate on. But you might occasionally think, okay, all my fingers are on the string. Am I bowing straight? Are my string levels all right? Is my elbow at the right level? Or am I still relaxed in my knees, you see? So in this time, while we play so slowly, if you've got brain space left, see if you can focus on any of these techniques that we've learned so far. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hover your fingers. was such good practice, really consolidating all the techniques you've learned so far. Well done. You're beginning to turn into a really considerate player with all these techniques that you've learned now. I'm super pleased with your progress. So let's keep this going, shall we? I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Goodbye.